Diogenes Rivas, born October 4, 1942, is a dedicated Venezuelan composer as well as a researcher of contemporary music. Additionally, he devotes time to teaching and the training of young composers. Rivas is the co-founder and artistic director of the Festival Atempo, Caracas and Artistic Director, along with Pierre, Strauch and Antonio Pileggi, of the Paris Nuit Atempo. Biography. Diogenes Rivas began to study music in the city of Mérida at the age of 4 with his father, Professor José Rafael Rivas, studying piano and oboe. Later on, in Caracas, his teachers were Molero Moses and Inocente Carreño. From 1954 to 1957, he continued his studies at the Accademia Santa Cecilia in Rome, Italy. From 1958 to 1964, he also studied conducting with Sir John Barbaroli and Carlo Zecchi in Taormina, Italy, and with Bruno Maderna in Salzburg, Austria. 1968. He studied composition with Alfred Niemann in London from 1975 to 1977. A deep bond with Francisco Guerrero in Madrid led him to explore the constructivist technique of composition. Since 1980 he is dedicated exclusively to composing. Rivas has received commissions from Radio France, the 5th International Guitar Competition, the Ville d'Antony, France, Order, French Ministry of Culture, the Festival Presence, the Society of Authors and Composers SACEM of France, the Joint 2E2M, the Ensemble Aleph, and the Société Française de Luth. The Italian composer Antonio Pileggi describes the work of this artist as follows. His music is an original synthesis of the great Occidental traditions and of an association of techniques derived from specific mathematical and geometric structures. The result is an eclecticism that integrates diverse speculative disciplines and a musical creativity both unusual and seductive. Quote, Festival Atempo. Since 1993, this festival is dedicated to the international diffusion of outstanding contemporary repertory as well as that of traditional music from all periods of history. Atempo offers a space for the confrontation of thought as well as serious discourse from diverse points of view related to musical creation and interpretation. The Atempo Festival celebrated its 17th anniversary in July 2010 with an audience of more than 4,000 attending the 3-day event. Throughout its uninterrupted history of nearly 2 decades, the festival has presented 666 musical works of 320 different composers, 102 world premieres of works written especially for the festival, 262 premieres for Venezuela, and 42 commissions, including 2 collective works in 191 concerts. Also, the festival has hosted 31 workshops on composition, dance, storytelling, poetry, painting and film, 47 musical lectures, 32 conferences, 1 opera, 4 dance venues, 15 poetry recitals, 9 plastic interventions, 1 of design, 7 books published, 1 photo exhibition and a musical album commemorating the festival's 15th anniversary. The music of Diogenes Rivas. The following is an extract from a letter the Italian maestro Antonio Pileggi wrote in 2002, relating to Diogenes Rivas, his art and character. For about 20 years, Maestro Diogenes Rivas has had a presence on the European and American musical scene. As a result, his work has become an important reference in the creative world. Yearly, his compositions are heard in the most important musical centers of the moment: Paris, London, Zurich, Venice, New York, Montreal, Cincinnati, Caracas and others. Additionally, Yearly performances of commissioned works are presented by the most prestigious musical institutions. Radio France, IEIC, Aleph, thus confirming his growing international recognition. The music of Maestro Rivas is a synthesis consisting of the major compositional elements of Western musical traditions and composing techniques provided in mathematical and geometrical structures, such as the number of mandala golden structure. Indeed, it is a syncretism that integrates the different disciplines, as is the case in the quadrivium of Greek and medieval culture, in which music was integrated into mathematics, geometry and astronomy. This characteristic in Rivas is more about being Venezuela's temperament rather than its language. Nevertheless, this comparison is not enough to give us an understanding of the special touch that makes his world strange and seductive. Beyond the impeccable mastery of the orchestrations and the entire compositional practice, there is a wise and masterful modernity. In other words, not only has he the temerity to explore structure and language to its limits, but also is able to produce an astonishing result of great musical coherence and original timbres without ever breaking the balance between abstraction and human perceptual ability. In the contemporary music scene of recent years, the works of Maestro Rivas are in the forefront of living Latin American composers. He is considered the Venezuelan composer par excellence, with great success representing his homeland of Venezuela, so rich in art and cultural personalities. Nevertheless, in Europe and America we also recognize Rivas for his work as artistic director and the important pedagogic aspect developed by the Venezuelan and French Festival Atempo, at a moment when Europe was immersed in a certain crisis of ideas. This accomplishment has impressed European criticism because of its high standard and outstanding performers. In 17 years, updated to 2010, the Festival Atempo has become an important global benchmark. In Europe, when speaking of Venezuela, the Festival Atempo is its immediate reference. Rivas's work is achieving positive results for Venezuelan culture. Thanks to the festival, Caracas has become a world center for musical creation. There is also an emerging generation of young composers, valuable Venezuelans, whose originality is appreciated for the first time during the course of each edition of the festival. Finally, I would like to highlight another of Rivas's great musical and artistic qualities, referring to his human stature. His generosity is sans pair, of great courage and love for culture. I wish to see him continue in his efforts to advance universal art. Academic activities: 1965 to 68, 1970 to 72. Director of the School of Music, Universidad de los Andes, Mérida, Venezuela, 1965 to 68. Director of the Choir of the Universidad de los Andes, Universidad de los Andes, Mérida, Venezuela. Lectures: University of San Diego, California, May 8, 2009. Conference: Ars Compositiva, Conservatorio del Liceo de Barcelona, España, November 13, 2007. Lectures: University of Cincinnati, College Conservatory de Music, April 15, 16, 17, 2002. Lectures: National Music Conservatory of Paris. Lectures at the Cátedra de Composición del Maestro Paul Nefano, November 2004. University of Houston, April 9, 2002. Conference: Acercamiento a la música contemporánea, Cité de la musique les jaunes du violoncelle, March 25, 2000. Técnicas y procedimientos de escritura para obras destinadas al violoncello, Academia de Música de Basilea, Suiza, December 2, 1997. Lecture: Festival Atempo Caracas, July 2001. Juegos del Tiempo, Reflection on the Concept. Speakers: Diogenes Rivas, José Manuel Briceño Guerrero and Asdrúbal Colmenares. Introducer: Valentina Marilunda. Festival Atempo Caracas, July 1999. Caos y Armonía, Reflection on the Concept. Speakers: Diogenes Rivas, Luis Alberto Crespo and Rodolfo Izaguirre. Introducer: Alfredo Chacon. Festival Atempo Caracas, July 1998. Quote: Herencia y Continuidad, Reflection on the Concept. Speakers: Domingo Miliani, Diogenes Rivas and Luis Alberto Crespo. Introducer: Stefania Mosca. Festival Atempo Caracas, July 1997. Enigma, Resonancia del Vaticinio, Reflection on the musical work, Soberbio Orinoco. Speakers: Luis Alberto Crespo, Alfredo Chacon, Sergio Patol and Diogenes Rivas. Introducer: Marigid Anino. Festival Atempo Caracas, July 1996. El Arte como Ilusión Liberadora, Reflections on Life and Work of Antonin Artaud. Speakers: Diogenes Rivas, Alfredo Chacon and Perina Mini. Introducer: Marigid Anino. Place: Centro Cultural Consolidado, Conference Auditorium Monsieur, Museo de Bellas Artes, Caracas, May 1996. Conference on the work of artist Victor Lucena. Intervención en el espacio. Catalogue of works, 1975 to 2010. Impromptu, by Diogenes Rivas, played by Sofia Valent. Piano, at Daily Motion. Impromptu 2, by Diogenes Rivas, played by Christina Juntu. Piano, on YouTube. Diogenes Rivas interview on Radio France International. Review by Alfredo Rugeles on digital magazine Latinoamérica Música. Diogenes Rivas. Based a documentation sur la musique contemporaine. IRCAM. Diogenes Rivas. Les œuvres. SACEM.